All right, I come off down in here without my camera, so had to drag the old phone out. I just come up on a water oak here that is smoking, and it's kind of hard to tell it. I actually walked up under it to begin with, and I said, I don't know, it looked like it's trickling, but I really don't see what I'm looking for. And about that time I heard an acorn fall, and I said, and then about that time I saw a good acorn on the ground. And I said, let me find me a log over here to sit down on and take me a break and just stand here, or just sit here and listen and see if I hear anything else drop. And I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, and I never heard another one fall, but I guess it just kind of made me reset. And I said, let me ease back under this tree and really look things over good. And it's dry, so but it's evident that the ground's disturbed underneath this drip line. But I really slowed down and went to looking, and there's plenty of good acorns on the ground. Because when I first walked under it, I was like, I'm not really seeing any acorns, but I really slowed down and went to looking, and there's plenty of good acorns on the ground. And if you look, there's plenty of feeding tracks, lots of fresh sign in here. It's just really hard to tell it because it's so dry. But I made it about halfway around the tree and found a fresh pile of droppings. And we'll try to show y'all what the ground looks like. You probably ain't gonna be able to tell nothing, but I believe I can shoot a deer on this spot right here. Fresh track. Fresh track. Really good acorns right there. Fresh track. Fresh tracks. More good acorns. Fresh tracks. Fresh tracks. Super fresh. Fresh tracks. I don't know if y'all can see all this disturbance right here, but this is churned up pretty hard. And normally I would probably actually be looking for a little bit more sign than this. But I've killed a deer on this tree before, so I know they'll eat these acorns. And like I said, normally I would be looking for multiple piles of droppings. But knowing this is probably, I think I had the video I had, the deer I shot here was a played out oak. And at the time when I first found this tree, this is probably the hottest single water oak tree I've ever found. And they were absolutely destroying it. And I think they're doing the same thing right now. Maybe not quite to that same degree, but I think at that time it was wet, so the sign really showed up well. And right now, all this bottom right here is super dry. And I just don't think the sign is showing up as well. But you can just see out here on the ground how it mirrors the shape of the crown of this tree, where all the leaves in here are just stomped down everywhere this tree's dropping. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to come back in here and climb possibly this afternoon. I've got multiple trees here I can climb. I think to get out of the sun. I mean, it's just beat down right here. The last deer I killed out of here, I was up this tree. And it's just hard to tell what the wind is doing. I've also got this oak tree right here I can climb. I think I'd have really good cover there. And I've got this big sweet gum tree, this double trunk sweet gum right here I can go up. And I might have a little bit further shot right there. I mean, by further, I mean 10 or 12 yards instead of 7 or 8. And then I was gonna say I could go up these trees right here, but I think I see poison on the side of that. And if the wind is really bad, I mean it's popping right here. If the wind is really bad, I can go up this water oak right here, and I don't think they'll see me there. But I'm on this joker's wore out. Here's another pile of droppings. You see these tracks? It's just all destroyed. They might. I'll make sure they might be feeding on this tree too. There's some sign back here, but it don't look like it's hard feed sign. This oak tree right here, probably gonna be the best for afternoon for acorns are falling now. This oak's probably gonna be my best bet for afternoon sit. Another pile of droppings. It's just destroyed. I really like these multi-trunk trees for climbing as far as cover goes, and I might end up just going back up that same tree I killed a deer out of before, because I'm pretty sure I can make that work too for an evening sit. But I'm on a lot of the sign is over here on this side of the tree. It's really making me want to go up this water oak. I'm gonna go ahead and slip back out of here though, and I may come back in here and climb on this afternoon. It's gonna be really hard not to. All right, I'm heading on back down in here to this place I just found. It's super early. It's like 2 o'clock. And it ain't gonna get dark till about 7. But everything that I wanted to scout out today was on further back, in behind this tree that I found. And it was so hot, I just didn't want to go up in there and mess this place up. I really think we're gonna get a shot in here this afternoon. It's a, tell you what, this tree that I'm under right here, it's got a lot of sign on it too. It's not as hot as this one, but I might have to keep my eye on that one as well. This tree is probably the hottest tree I've found so far this season. And I hate to get up so early, but I'm bored to death. They're sitting at the truck, and I guess I could have went somewhere else, but I didn't want to walk myself out and get sweated down real bad when I'm planning on coming back in here and climbing. So we're coming on in here and getting set up right now. The wind was pretty consistent when I was standing here earlier. I don't know if we can get lucky enough for it to stay that way the rest of the day. But we're gonna get down here and get set up and see what happens. I'll get back with y'all as soon as I get settled in. This tree is destroyed. Check the wind right quick. I got two trees right here I'm trying to decide between. Golly, it's changed a little bit since I was in here. I wanted to go up this tree right here, but the wind's blowing directly that way right now. Earlier, it was blowing out this way. I'm thinking I might end up going up this other big water oak right here. I think that'll give me a little more leeway with this wind. This thing's hot. Super hot. Now the wind shifted a little bit in a little more favorable direction, but I just don't know. I'm gonna look at it for just a minute. I ain't gonna waste too much time. I am super early though, so I'm probably gonna, I just don't have quite as good a cover up this big tree, but I've probably actually got more shots. And I think I've got a little bit better wind right here. I think I'm gonna go with this big tree. I've never hunted out of it before, so if I knew the wind would stay like it is right now, I'd go up that tree with the better cover. It's always tough decisions. You never know if you made the right one until the deer show up. All right, I just got set up. It's 3 o'clock. Got in here good and early, so I didn't want to take any chance of running something off. And there ain't nothing like the anticipation when you find a hot tree like this of coming back in and setting up on it and expecting the deer to show up. That's actually my favorite thing about bow hunting. This tree that I'm up is enormous. I didn't realize it was this big until I actually got up here on the platform. I had like 3 inches of strap left on my stand. Just enough. And once I got my camera set up, I went and buckled my pack around the tree. Straps ain't long enough. Probably still 1 inch from the buckles touching. So I got it hanging up right here beside me. I hope that don't create too much of a blob up here in the tree. We'll see. I'm really more worried about beating the wind than anything. Ain't got no idea where the deer might come from. But we're gonna sit back and see what happens. Hopefully one's gonna come in here and we can make a good shot on it down here about 8 yards. That's just like I like them. But let's see what happens. Hey, I was just sitting here, totally oblivious to all that looking around down there. I was so focused on the ground, I didn't even notice this big rub right here beside me. It looks super fresh. Last thing I need is a buck to come in here. Look at this thing. That's a big old rub. Joker is wore out too. It's just now about 10 minutes after 4. So I really don't expect to see anything until probably 5:30 at least. But the wind has almost completely died, which is great. So maybe we'll end up pulling this off. All right, it's 5:20. Things are starting to get right. I've still got a little bit of a wind issue. Not nearly as bad as it was. But it's all going to depend on which way the deer come from. But things are starting to get right. I really got high expectations right here this afternoon. I just had a really big deer. Pretty sure it was a buck. But I didn't get a good look at his rack. I could just see a little something extra up there that wasn't ears. He come from behind me. He kind of circled me. okay, I couldn't have shot him anyway. But he was a huge body. I doubt anything else is gonna come in here. I'm gonna probably give this another. I think I'm gonna give it a day, and then I'm gonna come back in here and make a morning hunt, and we'll see what happens. All right, we headed back over here to climb on this water oak that's so hot that I hunted day before yesterday afternoon. And man, sometimes the anticipation of sitting over a spot like that is overwhelming. I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning and could not go back to sleep, sitting there trying to think of which will be the best tree to climb for the wind that we have no idea what it's going to be doing. Sometimes your brain just won't shut off. But I still don't know. I still ain't figured out where I'm gonna climb at. I got 3 trees. I don't think I'm gonna go up the big water oak that I was up last time. Matter of fact, I know I'm not going to. I'm gonna climb one of those multi-trunk trees just for cover. But if the wind is like it's been for the last several days, it's not gonna make any difference. It's gonna be blowing all over the place. But anyway, I got about a 40-minute drive, and then we're gonna get in there and get up. Hopefully be set up at least 20 to 30 minutes before legal shooting light. So yeah, we on the way. All right, I'm set up. I got a solid 30 minutes until legal shooting light. When I was walking in, there was a deer probably within 30 yards of this tree. And I bumped it out of here. I figured I'd be plenty early that wouldn't happen, but ain't no big deal. It was right by itself. Good chance it was that big deer that I saw in here day before yesterday. All we want is a big old fat doe to come walking up in here this morning. So we're gonna sit back and wait for daylight. I have no idea what kind of shots I'm gonna have. I think there's a lot of low canopy under me, but I've got plenty of cover. I may have to try to find a hole to shoot through if we get any deer in here under us, but we'll deal with that problem when it happens. But I am up the right tree for the wind that we've got right now. I'm sure as soon as the sun comes up, it's gonna start going crazy, but that's just part of it. was right at 10 o'clock. Nothing else ever came in. I'm gonna go ahead and get on down. It's pretty cool. And I got to count coup on that buck. And he moved off and never had a clue I was in the world. And I'm 99% sure that's the same buck that I saw in here the evening before last. So I've sat this tree twice. And not 100% positive, but I'm pretty sure that was the same buck that came out of there right at dark. And I think I'm gonna see if my buddy Robert Carter wants to come sit on this spot. That was a fine buck. Very rare to see a deer cross. I'm talking about within feet of the same place where he crossed this slough back here both times. So I wouldn't feel bad about sitting up on that and getting a shot at that deer. So I'm gonna go ahead and slip on out of here. And the wind's been absolutely great all morning. Kind of unusual. It's been really swirly for the last week. But I'm gonna go ahead and head on out of here. And kind of surprised that no does showed up. Because the 3 piles of droppings that I found down here looked like they were all from does. But it was a cool deal. It was you don't get to see them good ones like that too often. And he wasn't massive, but I got to look back at the footage. I think he was an 8-point. If he was, I would guess he's probably about 105 to 110 inches. That's a really good buck down here. But I had him down there at 10 yards. And other than putting your hands on them, it just don't get much better than that. But I'm fixing to bail on out of this tree. And we're going to head out of here and see if we can't find something new to climb on.